have your personal opinion. If you don't want to sleep with a trans woman, that's your prerogative. That's fine. But don't declare your opinion as fact. And if for you being some godly Christian man, I think you should learn how to keep your fucking mouth shut. Just like how you've been giggling and sitting here across the table this whole time. If you were such a godly man who's turned his whole life around for God, you should learn for a little bit more acceptance and tolerance when it comes to these platforms. There's already enough trans hate and crime out there. You don't need to influence it more, was my point.
Let me ask you this. Is God tolerant?
I think God made us all in his light. He didn't make any mistakes, right? If he created trans people, then he did it for a reason.
Did he create trans people, or do trans people choose to be trans? You said it's my job as a Christian, godly man to be tolerant because that's what Christians are supposed to do. My original question is God tolerant?
I think it's your job to mind your business. Yeah, I would say God is tolerant.
In Genesis, it says that when God created mankind, he made them male and female. And in Leviticus, it says for a male to have sexual relations with another man as he would with a woman. That is an abomination in God's eyes and is worthy of being put to death.
Woo! What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of City Boys Raw and Uncut. Obviously, y'all seeing what's going on right now. You know what kind of video this is. Let's hop right into it.
Kind of the original thing was, trying to direct it back here, is Chase said that his view is that it would be homosexual, it would be gay for a biological man, a biological male, to sleep with another biological male. Do you agree or disagree with that?
I do not find it gay if a biological male chooses to sleep with a trans woman.
No. Hold it. Just a point of clarification.
That's my answer, Brian. That's my answer, Brian. That's my answer, Brian.
Let me revise my question a little further. Is it homosexual or is it gay? Again, I'm not saying it's wrong, but is it gay or homosexual for a biological male to sleep or have sex with? Is it gay for a biological male to have sex with another biological male?
I feel like you need to answer this because I don't know. I feel like you're based.
I already answered the question. If they are a trans woman in touch with their femininity, they are I don't fucking can't even use the word. Projecting themselves, the female, feminine woman in society, and that's what they're attracted to? No, Brian. You can ask me the question in as many ways as you fucking want. You've asked me this 3 times over on this podcast.
Can I say something really quick?
That's not hormone.
Let's be real. It's like it's only gay after they're dick.
Yes. I mean, if you want a lady boy who's known as a lady boy who still has that,
it's only gay after they're dick. Like, let's be real. Like, if a guy literally was just fucking harassing me because he knew I had a penis, sorry, bro, you're fucking gay. Like, go get a guy out there. I genuinely want to deal with a man who can look past the fact that, like, you know what, you're trans, but that's not who you are as a person. Like, I view you as feminine. Like, I view you as a woman. I can look past the fact of that. But if that man is solely seeking me out just because I have a penis, no. I'm
gonna say this and clear the air right now, which I don't even think I need to. But if you're dating a trans person, you're gay. There's no ifs, ands, or buts around it. There's no ways around it. They try to play these mental gymnastics so hard. It's gay, man. And it's okay if you're gay, but don't try to make it seem like, it's like not gay it's gay. It's gay all the way around, man. It's gay, man. It's what it is, man. Let's go. Shout out to the Whatever Podcast, by the way, man.
Okay, so people are really gonna disagree with me on this, but I don't think trans people are obligated to tell the people that we're dating that we're trans. At least not right away.
What?
Think about it. In the context of dating and in society in general, cis people aren't expected to disclose private, sensitive, intimate details about what they have between their legs before they even meet people and right up front. I mean, I'm not on dating apps asking dudes how big their dick is so I can decide whether or not I like them before giving them a chance. So why are trans people expected to provide a detailed rundown of our entire medical history?
That's because throughout all of human history, we haven't had to wonder whether or not somebody was a woman or a man. We knew it just by looking at them. And telling somebody whether or not you're a woman or a man is not giving an entire medical history rundown. It's not doing that. You just want to be able to find your way and weasel your way around some shit, man, because you want to date a straight man. Get the fuck on up out of here with that shit.
It's honestly ridiculous, absurd, and transphobic.
What?
My belief is this. If you are really that adamantly opposed to dating a trans person, you should put it in your profile that you're against dating trans people, and you should make it a point to ask all potential partners and dates whether or not they're trans.
I shouldn't have to put that in my profile that, hey, I'm a straight man on here looking to date women. What the fuck? This person obviously probably lives in some kind of echo chamber where people don't really tell him what life really is and what reality really is. So you go around thinking that you can think in this delusional way. You're going to get hurt. Like, for real. You're going to get hurt real bad with this kind of thinking, because not a lot of people think like this. The only people that think like this are people that look like you. Let's continue.
Why you shouldn't tell straight guys that you're transgender?
What?
Because I'm getting a lot of people, presumably from the US of A, telling me about myself and saying that I'm condoning my actions. First of all, I'm not condoning and I'm not preaching that you should do as I do. I'm saying food for thought, maybe do as I do, make sure that you're safe in a public area. And yeah, my argument is that we're not being deceptive or deceitful.
You actually
Trans
are.
is not a bad thing. That's why you're saying, oh, this person's gonna get beat the fuck up because you see trans as a bad thing. It's not. That's a you issue. That's why you will be imprisoned if you do something.
No. I'm gonna tell you right now. I don't condone violence, but I do condone violence. Okay? You do some shit like that to a straight man and he takes your fucking head off, that's what the fuck you get. For real. I'm not gonna have any sympathy for y'all out here trying to deceive men because you want to try to push your way of life onto them. And you have this need to want to be accepted so fucking bad that you'll do anything. I'm not going to feel bad for you. Let's continue.
I want to tell you guys a story about how I took a guy home from the bar without telling him that I was trans. Now, yes, I understand that's wrong. I do not condone that behavior. I honestly always tell men before I meet them, this was just like a fluke situation, which I will get into, but let's just tell the story. So we got to the first bar and I like run into this man. Like, okay, we're about to leave. And this man, like, he's like 6'5", Italian, dark hair, dark eyes, like so cute. By himself, by the way. He immediately approaches me and wants to buy me and my friend a drink. So I was like, okay, I'm not gonna say no. And he bought us a drink. We kind of got to talking. He is from my area-ish, like about an hour and a half away, whatever, that's irrelevant. At that point, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna leave. He then just stuck with us the entire night. Like, he just followed me around. He was really obviously intrigued, thought it was pretty, whatever. At this point, my friend is getting pretty drunk, and when she gets drunk, she's just like does wild and crazy things, like divulges her trans identity to every fucking person at the bar. Like, this is just what she does. It's iconic. She was voguing. I was just like on babysitter duty, but I was also getting drunk at the same time. Gets to the point where it's the end of the night. The man is still following me around. I haven't really had the time to tell him I was trans because I was like babysitting my friend. And, like,
I call bullshit on that. There's always time to go ahead and take 2 seconds and say, oh, by the way, I'm a fucking man. Stop the bullshit, man.
Just making sure that she was good, because at this point we're waiting for our other friend to come pick us up because he was the DD, and we're waiting and she's telling guys, like just random guys on the street, that she's trans, and I'm like, oh my god, this is such a dangerous situation. So my focus wasn't telling this man I was trans, it was just like, oh my god, like let's hope nothing happens to us. So at this point our friend comes and gets us. The guy gets in the car also because, oh, let me just say one thing. He was there for a bachelor party. All of his friends left him. They FaceTimed him. I answered the phone and their jaws were like on the floor. They're like, who is this hottie? Like, who is she? So I like talked to his friends for a minute and I was like, he's safe with me. Like, don't worry. He gets in the car and we just go back to our Airbnb. I was drunk at this point also, so I'm like, who even knows this man? He could be a serial killer. He could pop off when he finds out. Like, he was clearly hearing her say that she was trans. So I'm like, if he didn't pop off then like, I'm sure he's okay. We get back to our Airbnb and we're all just like sitting around like in like a circle. Like there's a couch and like chairs and whatever. My friend is going off. Like, she's drunk at this point and she is being crazy. She's like saying some of the most outlandish things. At one point she was like, okay, let's go wash our... And I'm like, oh my God. And he was like, he then says, oh, you're girls and you have that, like, then you're not girls. And I was like, fuck, here we go. So at this point, I'm racking my brain. I'm like, this guy's got to go. Like, I have to get him out of the house before, like, he finds out I'm trans, because, like, this is going to be bad. And he was, like, interested in me, very interested. So I just didn't ever find the time. And then it got really late, and my friends were like, okay, we're going to sleep. And I was like, and they left me alone with this man. Mind you, I'm alone with this man. He doesn't know I'm trans. And I'm like, fuck, he's hoping that we're gonna, you know? And I'm like, shit. So he is like practically on top of me trying to kiss me. And I was like, okay, there's something I literally have to tell you. And I just told him. And he goes, so? He was like, whatever. Like, you could have told me that sooner. It doesn't matter. Also, in the conversation that we were having, he was talking about how he is very pro-Republican stuff. And I'm not saying all Republicans are against trans people. I'm just saying in general, like, the majority kind of just don't really fuck with girls like me, which is fine. But, so then he stayed the night. Next morning, I helped him with his flight thing, and it was so long. See you later.
Sounds like you ran into a gay guy. That guy sounds like he's gay, man. Any straight man would have freaked out, would have left, beat your ass, something like that. Because there's no way. There's no way. You, sir, just happened to run into a down low guy. That's what happened. You ran into a dude that was that's on a down low. That's what happened. And you got lucky. You got lucky. So I mean, I wouldn't try doing that shit again. But let's continue.
It's something that you'll get a lot of hate for if you say it out loud.
Transgender people are not obligated to tell someone that they are trans the first time they meet them. Do you tell your entire history, like genetic history, familial history, the first time you go on a date with someone? No! And if you do, then you might as well give them your online banking password.
That's just a stupid, ridiculous mindset I've heard. And if this is a real woman that's saying this, it'd be y'all, and it's the truth. A lot of times it'd be real women that be encouraging shit like this. For real, it'd be real women encouraging shit like this. If y'all were getting tricked like that, and men were helping get y'all getting tricked like that, y'all would be pissed off, up in arms, ready to fucking start protests, man. Let's be real here, man. That's the most dumb shit I ever heard. It is not giving somebody a full rundown of your full medical history for you to tell them, hey, I was born a man. For real, it's not that hard to fucking say. You just don't like saying it.
Now having a vagina, I've like fully had sex with people and like just not even told them. They just like don't know. When guys get upset when they find out you're trans, it's honestly based off their own insecurities of like, oh, I find so-and-so attractive. Oh, she used to be a boy. Oh my God. If you're attracted to me, if you literally just had sex with me, it doesn't matter. Like who I was born as, like I'm not that person anymore.
It absolutely fucking matters, and it has nothing to do with no motherfucking insecurity. Y'all can stop that bullshit right the fuck now, for real. That is dirty, trifling. That's borderline rape, if you ask me. That's borderline rape. And I'm not even, like I said, I don't advocate for violence, but I do advocate for violence. For real. For shit like this, hell yeah. Hell the fuck yeah. What is you talking about? You crazy.
Any man, and I've said this before, that is attracted to a trans woman is not gay. You're attracted to something that looks like a woman.
Well, it's because in the big minds, they think that once the clothes come off and you see the genitalia, if we still are endowed with our penises, then this is what makes it them gay.
But a man if a man is attracted to femininity, it's straight.
I am not gay. I have relationships with women and sex with men.
And I got news for you.
That makes you gay. Look at his face. Look at his face. Crazy. I don't disagree that a man may be attracted to the look and all that shit, and maybe the femininity, but that's because that's what we've been trained to do for all of mankind, for all of history. We've been trained to be attracted to what looks like a woman. And if you're not an actual woman, you're just playing deceitful games. You're being deceitful, man. No matter how the fuck you slice it, you're being deceitful, man. This is all just a play, like I said, to get straight men to get on your program and to live that life with you, man. But it ain't gonna fucking happen. By and large, it ain't gonna happen. You're gonna have some of your DL dudes, but that's not the majority, man. Like, comment, subscribe. Let's go, baby.